She wants hers on the stick, and I want mine in the cup. Everything, everything.
Everything?
Yes, I love the corn.
I know.
And then he stopped. One day I seen him walking down the street, and I'm like, "Where are you right now?" He told me he was here.
I know. I told Papa like, that's not the corn man.
It's yours, Justin. Thank you.
This is so good.
Humboldt Park has always been black to Hispanics. We were always say we were cousins. Like they never separated the blacks from the Puerto Rican. We were all considered one family.
Yep.
And I think to this day we still are.
And then see, like coming to Humboldt Park reminds me of growing up in Humboldt Park. Like even though the communities have changed and most people have moved out, you come here and this reminds me because everybody's together, everybody's celebrating, everybody's enjoying, being friendly, how it should be.
Gentrification did change our neighborhood. It's not the place it was when I was growing up. It did push away the gangs, so that was like one of the positive things that came out of it. But now it's like nobody's here. I have no friends around here no more. None of my girlfriends I grew up with, everybody moved out. Most of them were forced out because they couldn't afford it. The changes I've seen in the neighborhood is I see less kids. I see more condos. I see more joggers, more dogs. I see less block parties. There's more storefronts. All I see is Caucasians. That's all I see is Caucasians.
These are all new developments too, but it's new developments that we can't afford to live in.
It's changed just a lot.
And then the people here who move here are not even friendly.
Some of them are, some of them not.
When we were living here, everybody knew each other, everybody looked out for each other. You might get one or two that say hello, but they really don't speak to you. If anything, they feel intimidated when they see you coming, especially if you're black.
You can tell that they're judging you. I think I get judged because of my race, because maybe the way I dress or my nails. Even if they see you with multiple kids, I think sometimes they feel like we got way too many kids. I feel like the respect is not there. It's not all of them, but we get a few. I would love to live in a Caucasian person's shoes for a day because I want to know what their day is like. We'll probably sit at a restaurant or a bar for like 4 hours and then I got it. Like pay for my friend's stuff and I don't know. Oh, put your card away. Here, take mine. No, like what? How much yours cost? Split the check. Humboldt Park is home, and it's gonna always be home, no matter how many changes we go through.
Oh, I spent a lot of nights here on this porch.
Nights. And then this is the one where Maida and them lived at.
Yep.
The good thing about the neighborhood is that we knew someone in almost every building on this block, so we always had friends to play with. I mean, you could come outside and people would be on their porch and the kids would be riding their bikes. I remember riding my bike up and down. My mom wouldn't let us go that far.
We couldn't go down.
We couldn't go all the way down.
To the corner. Or we couldn't go all the way down to that corner. So
Nope.
this was like our dead end zone right
Yes.
here.
So
Where we
and
could
then
play and ride a scooter and
hopscotch,
Right.
jump rope.
yep, we used to
And
play
then this is where
all the
everything
good
happened.
barbecues and birthday parties.
Mom's rose bush still never went away.
Yeah, there's a big old rose bush that used to go all the way to that window.
But it still won't go away.
This was my room, so I used to always hang out this window.
When I was 12, I was shot on my front porch. I was out there talking to a friend, and my dad and my aunt was out there with us.
I think it was around like 7 or 8. There was an empty lot here, and I remember seeing people running past the empty lot, but ducking And I'm like, what's going on? And I look over, and my dad was sitting on the bottom of the steps with my aunt. And I remember them all running for the door. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take off running too. And I ran, went right in, but went into the kitchen. My older sister, Angie, she was like, what's going on? Who's bleeding? And I look down, and all I see is blood just pouring.
I didn't know exactly what part of my body was hit, but I knew that I was shot. I was afraid. I didn't know if I was gonna die or not.
It came in through my arm, my right arm, and then it had exited out. And then it had came in through my stomach. It came in right there, and then it came out. But it did take a piece of my liver, like a little piece of the liver. Well, it was one bullet that did all of it.
One bullet.
I'm still affected to this day. It's times I drive down the street and if there's too many people standing on the corner or something, I won't even stop.
You gonna ride your bike in the front while mommy start cooking? Where Mookie go? He went around? Okay, you could ride around, but don't go to the alley.
If I hear firecrackers, I'm still jumping from that. Even somebody slamming their car door real loud, it gives me anxiety.
There you go, Mook. Okay, mommy gonna check on the food.
I overthink everything. Sometimes I leave the kids out in the front while I'm in the house cooking. I'll tell my daughter, if you hear anything, just come in the house, just run straight in the house. Or my son, I don't want him walking down the street. I don't want him in a crowd of too many teens because I want him to be safe. There's a lot of things that still bothers me, and I don't think that I can get past it.
So wait, baby. Chili? You gonna eat some of my chili? No? What you gonna eat?
I think what would be helpful for my kids is if we break that pattern of when they do have kids to have to jump into living in housing where they can focus on school more and know that after you've done your schooling, they can get a better job or finding a better place to live. I don't want what I have for myself for my kids. Before I found that I was pregnant, I didn't want to go to college. I wanted to make a different life for myself. I probably did a semester before I found that I was expecting my child, Malcolm. So then after that, I never pursued it. It was a little letdown for my mother because I know that was something that she at least wanted from one of her kids, and I wasn't able to do it. I did try to pursue going back to school in January.
Hello, my daddy. Hi. How you doing?
Okay, how you doing?
It was so many things that you had to go through just to even get started. You had to do a placement test, and then some of them, they weren't even offering into the school. You would only be able to do online, and it was only certain days. So I never got around to, and I feel like there's so much that I have to do, and I don't know. I don't even know where to start.
How am I gonna focus on trying to go to work, trying to go to school?
So you saying you're not gonna do it?
I want to, but it seemed like I kept hitting all these walls, and then I'm like, now
That's what I was telling you, take one class.
No, that's what I said,
class.
but even if I take one class, now it's probably have to be online. And I'm like, am I gonna be able to focus?
I mean,
and
it does take discipline, but
yeah,
I mean, you could do it though.
Well, I feel like I have to go back to school, or else if I don't, I'm gonna study doing these dumb jobs, doing minimum wage.
You gotta start somewhere. Because it seems like even if you take one class, it's gonna take forever, but it goes faster than you realize. It'll come together. It'll come together.
Yeah, I don't know.
You put in 16 years at Walgreens, right? I think that you would do really well in school, Melissa. I kind of feel like if I did it, almost anybody could do it. Because
She went back to school in her mid-30s, and she has her master's now. I don't know how she pulled it off, but she did.
for me, I felt, yeah, you did a good job raising a family and getting a better paying job, getting an education, But unfortunately, it seemed like when those things started to pay off for me, you guys were grown already.
Yeah.
So you just guys didn't get a chance to reap it. And I remember thinking to myself, I should have put more time into trying to help the kids get to their dreams. You guys kind of fell to the wayside. Yeah, I think I would have liked to have changed that.
In the times where I wasn't talking to my mom for the 2 years or so, I didn't have any encouragement. What I am proud of is that she started to work on her relationships with all of us. She's who we, always ask for advice and everything. So for her to be back in that spot, it's great for our whole family.
I think a lot of people just don't feel like some things are attainable for them because of, maybe their economics, their upbringing, their whatever. And so it's almost like people don't have hope. They don't have goals. They're afraid to, And I think like for you and your children are still young. And, you can do that. You have to go out there and make it happen. Yeah.
I don't know.
It'll happen.
I hope so.